Hi, this is Senor Esteban from the Idiot Section, and you are listening to another great product from the Four-Eyed Radio Network. For more information, visit foureyedradio.com.
Hey, Kyle, don't you hate it when you don't have a shirt to wear?
I'm completely naked.
I know. Who wants to see man boobs?
No one.
So what can they do to cover their naked bodies up with?
They can cover most of their naked bodies up with at teespring.com/arcadebros.
Wait, are you saying we have products to sell?
We do. Right now, for a limited time only, you yourself could be the proud owner of a Arcade Brothers t-shirt.
Wowie wow wowzers!
You can say that again.
Wowie wow wowzers!
It's only $12.50, and all the proceeds go to us.
That sounds like a steal.
A steal for us.
Yeah.
teespring.com/arcadebros. That's where you can find those clothes.
And don't forget, cover up your boobs, unless you're a woman. Then flaunt what your mama gave you.
Indeed!
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Arcade Bros. I am your host, Steve Balmer. No, I am Player 1, Steve-O, as always, Player 2,
Kyle.
And you can find us at www.arcade-bros.com. Of course, I just woke up. I'm still drinking some coffee. It's early morning here in sunny Arizona.
Weather's at around 45 knots today.
It's about
Looks like
there's going to be some clear skies, maybe some light showers over in the Adobe Desert and Photoshop. Yeah. For more great shows, check out the4iRadio.com, also known as The Fern. Listen to the show. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Zune Marketplace, BlackBerry Podcast, Miro Guide, Mixcloud, Double Twist, simply by typing in Arcade Bros and Joy. And also, we are booming on Spreaker. We've had about 100-something followers already just for the network. So we just joined that about maybe a couple of weeks ago, so we're doing pretty good. So go ahead and give us a follow on Spreaker and check out all of our other great shows on the thing. Also, don't forget to join the Arcade Bros team, Extra Life for Kids. Then you could go to www.extra-life.org. If you don't want to join the team, but you still want to donate to a great cause, because we're donating to all of our funds will be going to the Children's Hospital in Phoenix, Arizona. So go ahead and donate to the team if you like. It could be $1, it could be $2, it could be $5, it could be $50, whatever you want to give. It's all tax deductible. This is our last month to push for it. Then we start doing our actual playing on November 2nd for a 25-hour gaming thing, which is funny. I kind of hope I can get something going where I can actually do a live feed, because I'm debating on a game, because I'm like, if these kids like to watch these things, or people like to watch you play games, I want to pick something fun for people to play. I'm thinking about maybe, I don't know, new Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD.
That would be fun, because you can do
nice
the
little
whole
cartoon,
Yeah.
Go and play through that, see how far that game can take me.
Take it to the limit.
So, also, the podcast is brought to you by American Joy Print Shop, the official sponsor of the 4i Radio Network. If you need business cards, if you need flyers, if you need posters, banners, cut vinyls, car wraps, and more. Also, they can do stickers. And
that's true.
They can also do decals. So
what?
I want to throw those in, because our sister was asking. She wants to get some Underground Railroad stickers going. But check out americajoy.com for more information, and tell them the Fern sent you. So, and also don't forget, if you do not want to be shirtless, if you don't want to be pantless, Well, you could be pantless, but you can still have a shirt on and look good while doing it. You can go to teespring.com/arcadebros and check out our official beer pong shirt that's going strong right now. I think how many more days do we have for this?
We have 5 days and 8 hours to go. So by the time this airs, we'll probably have 3 days and like 8 hours. I'm going to push it this weekend, and then also this weekend we'll be announcing our newest shirt on that site as well. And so maybe you'll either get one or the other, or both, whatever you like.
Well, they're only $12.50, which is actually a pretty good price considering how T-shirts have skyrocketed over the last couple of years. It's been ridiculous with the market area with shirts. So go ahead and check it out. It's actually a really cool design. I actually really enjoyed it. A lot of people who checked it out, they're like, I'd totally buy that shirt, but then they, of course,
haven't bought it. It's only $12.50, and they'll send it right to you. You can pick your size, everything.
Everything's golden, so double check that out. That's teespring.com/arcadebros. Also, I think we're gonna jazz it up today. We're gonna jazz it up. Let's do some special shout-outs first.
Shout-outs.
With Kyle and Steve, we stole this from that other show that's bigger than us.
Literally, because the guys are huge.
Oh, one of them.
Whoa!
He can't ride a plane.
Garmin.
No. Frank Garmin.
Oda.
I'm just kidding. We're talking about Hollywood Babylon's.
Yeah, Hollywood Babylon's awesome. Yeah, we want to do it. We should do a shout out one, like come up with a jingle.
I got to work on more jingles.
Me, Mario. And just have it just be like me. Then explodes for no reason.
Or you could just do like hot.
Shout out. I like Tivis Maiden. Did you ever see his Flickr or his Vine with that?
No.
He had one of the little figurines of Link.
Yeah.
So he just shows him going like, what? Yeah. What? And then it's just him going, yeah, baby. Baby.
I'll have to check that out. That's
pretty good. Yeah, check it out. Tivis Maiden, Vine. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah, also definitely check out his comic strip, The Konamis, www.thekonamis.com, and also Stranger Dangers as well.
And then soon Tenko King.
Oh, Tenko King. Yeah, I'm looking very forward to that. He outshot his goal with that. That's tremendous.
So yeah, let's give a special shout out to @Tivis Maiden.
Go ahead and follow him. He's a great character and stuff like that. Actually, I'm very surprised. I don't know if he will pick one up, but I think he will because he loved the art style of the Wind Waker. So I'm like, I wonder if he's going to pick up that
Wii U,
the Wii U one with that.
Especially because he got his kid now, and it would be great for that.
Yeah, especially for Jonas, because Jonas, the only two Zelda games he's been introduced right now to has been Skyward Sword, which even he said the same thing. He's like, what happened? And then also Twilight Princess, which is actually a really good one, but. To get kids, I would say the greatest game to get kids into to ever play Zelda, I would highly recommend the Wind Waker because it's a very...
Link to the Past and Wind Waker are my two tops.
Yeah, Link to the Past and Wind Waker, just because Wind Waker, it's very colorful.
Storyline was cute.
The storyline was very well done, but it's not. It's as much as it's cartoony and stuff like that. I mean, it's a really well done game, but it's one of the Zelda games where it's not too like... they really like it's so weird because like even when you fight guys and hit them, it does like the music like
it has like the music to it.
So all this kind of stuff. I mean, I think it's a really great jump on for kids, for Zelda games. I mean, if you have the original one, of course, let them jump into that. But I think the Wind Waker is actually a pretty good starting point for kids onto the Zelda franchise. But anyways, to our special shout outs.
So we have @Tivis Maiden. We had @Oya Brew. They joined, followed us just recently. The Idiot section is back and better again. @Denzel the Game retweeted us and gave some shout outs, so we appreciate that. The Gamenon, or it's the JAGAMEMNON. So Gamenon.
Gamma rays.
Gamma radiation. We had @Matthew Renfro _Renfro, and then we had, of course,
actually
@PTWOR.
Yes, Punch the Walls of Reality,
which are both.
Okay, yeah, I get it. My software is out of
and Trekkie @Trekkie B47. All three of those gentlemen are all part of the 4-Eyed Radio Network. Come check them out at The Fern or www.4eyedradio.com.
Also, I want to say, also probably premiering with us this week is also the newest show by the guys from Straight Outta Austin. Is going to be Save File Corrupt. We're going to do actually a huge 2-hour block now of video game blocking hour on the 4A Radio. as Carlisle, when we set up a meeting yesterday explaining to him how to do a live show, because they've been doing that with Straight Outta Austin, he turned around and was all like, we're going to take over the network. And I was like, I opened with Arms Wide Open, that song by Creed. With the arms wide open, Steve Balmer! And Steve Balmer today. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to having them join us.
Yeah,
on
it'd be awesome.
The
more geeks, the better.
The more geeks, the better. Oh, we like to wear sweaters. Whoa,
when it's cold out.
When it's cold out, but sometimes it's not that cold. See, Mama.
Watch kids around water.
Yeah, that's the more you know. So let's go into our segments this week for our special shout-outs are done and over with. So you finally been playing that. So Kyle, what have you been playing this week besides
Scrim?
Job. I see Jetpack Joyride. Did you get it for your phone?
Yes, I did.
Okay, how do you enjoy it?
It's okay.
What?
It's great. It's an amazing game.
I love that game. It's so very simply done, and it's just like it's one of those games where it's ridiculously stupid, but it's really well put together.
I like the idea of like
how it looks,
the gameplay. It's simple enough. The power-ups you get, the different suits and things like that. What I also really like more was like, oh, okay, so the game's just going to keep going and going and going. You have to just see how far you can get.
Yeah.
But what I really liked about it was the achievements. Like,
yes.
They give you give everyone high fives or do this or do that. And I'm like, oh, this is so much better. Because at first I was like, oh, this game's kind of like getting crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I got to I think 3,000 feet or 3,000 whatever Ks or whatever, and I was just like, oh my god, like things were like missiles and all that kind of stuff. But I really liked the fact that all of a sudden it came up like you went the furthest, you got knocked the furthest, and gave me a thing for that.
Yeah,
so I like it a lot.
I also like the slot machine thing where it's like second try, or it could have the bomb that will explode your body even farther and stuff like that. That was one I got,
and that was great because it said don't collect any coins when you get shot farther, so it shot me farther and there was no coins. So I got that achievement on top of it. I got one where it resurrected me right as a missile hit me, and then I got another one, and then a missile hit me again, and it was just it literally came up ooh, that sucks. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it was funny. That was it's still one of the free games actually on the PlayStation Network, which is just freaking hilarious.
Yeah, it's free for your phone. You can upgrade and buy things for it. Like if you want suits or other things, you can.
But the cool part is you collect coins and you can just buy that from those coins. Well. So you could do the cheap way. This is what I think is funny with the phones. The phones have really become like World of Warcraft, where you can literally buy gold.
Yeah.
With actual money,
and it's getting there. I mean, yeah, it's.
But.
I think it's great though because it's just like that. If you're a person who wants to play,
those are the kind of games I think the phone needs, where it's a very simple, the character moves on its own. It's a very simple touch thing. There's another one called Tiny Wings that actually TJ got me into as well. You play this little bird and you have those achievements as well, and there's different things you have to do. But it's literally just the bird goes down a hill, and you tap it, and it makes him go down faster, or you tap it and he jumps up higher and stuff like that. But it's a very just easy, simple game, and I don't get it with the phone when you like Angry Birds. It's a very simple. You pull it back, you aim,
let go,
and stuff like that. But I hate the games that it's let's put the why would you put Sonic the Hedgehog on your phone that?
It's Jim on the phone.
Yeah, it's some of these games just don't transfer over to a phone very well. So I love those very simple touchpad games for those kind of. That's what it's built for. It was built for a phone. Now I understand they brought it over to the PlayStation Network and stuff like that, but it's very simple as well. It's he runs on his own. You just hit one button.
Yeah, there's even I also got a Pac-Man HD on my phone. It's the old style Pac-Man, but what stinks, instead of having a little joystick on the bottom, that you can just use, you have to swipe on the direction you want him to go in. So of course all of a sudden you're swipe and he's up, and then he's still hitting the wall. And now go up. And it's just it
was really fun Pac-Man games. Was the Pac-Man DX games that came out for there was two versions, the Champions editions that were on the Xbox and the PlayStation and stuff like that. Oh my god, I downloaded both of those because they're fantastic. They're addicting though, because there's certain parts where it's you have to go really fast and stuff like that, and it's how many can you get and stuff. So I mean, they're good games. But yeah, no, Jetpack Joyride, I think if you can get it for free, I highly recommend it. I wouldn't pay for it.
Well, yeah, it was free on the phone too. It was Microsoft has it on their Windows phones for free as well.
It's funny, actually. I think I got it on my computer right now with Windows 8.
Yeah.
So, but I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, I was let me see what other ones they had. They had a few. I got Reaper was free, Jetpack Joyride was free, 6 Dash Guns was free. I have just demos right now of other things. I got the Pac-Man HD was free, Wizard's Choice or 2D&D.
Wizard's Choice Awards.
Yeah, it was Wizard's Choice.
Well, best dragon potion in the world goes to Murloc. I win!
Steve Balmer.
I think you just put a curse on us.
Yeah, what? Very good, very good. Obviously, I beat the story mode of Grand Theft Auto 5. I will have a review. I want to put a review up, but I got to play more of the online mode because there's just so much more.
You could do a review of both. You could do like a split review.
Well, I want to talk about like all these side missions you got going on. Like afterwards, you're done. It's like you pretty much have a shit ton of money, and then you can purchase stuff. So it's like you can soup up your cars, you can make them better, which is kind of cool.
Buy a property, things like that.
Yeah, buying property and stuff like that. So I actually bought this submarine thing. And basically what that mission is there's like 50 tanks of toxic waste. So if you pick up all the toxic waste, you'll get an achievement for that. I just did one where I bought a taxi company, and then I get a phone call, and I had to pick up like this guy who's like his dad's rich or something like that. He's like, oh, man, if you make this taxi ride like baller, bro, I'll give you. So you just basically like drive on the opposite side of the road, like really just like drive recklessly. And the guy's like, this is awesome. You get an achievement for that and stuff. So there's all these different things you can do. Which is kind of funny. The one that I just completed and there's another one exactly like it where you have to find all these spaceship parts.
Oh, wow.
But the one I just did is you find all these scraps of paper, and it basically it's called like a mystery solved achievement, basically. And basically
solve this mystery.
Basically what you do is you find all these scraps of paper, and then you put them together, and then you find out there was a murder that a guy pretty much confessed to. So you track down the guy, and then he starts like... You show up, and he's literally just like one of those kind of like Hollywood producer types or whatnot, but he's all like, right when you show up, because you play as Franklin, and Franklin's just like looking at him like, what the fuck, man? And the guy's all like, oh, you want to blow me? I'll pay you to blow me. Like, the guys is like they really just push the boundaries on this game, which I think is great. And then basically you take him out, and then you get an achievement for like solving this girl's mystery's death, basically. So it's kind of cool where it's like there's a bunch of different things you can do. There's also like this cult. I finally did this when I picked this woman up who's escaping from her wedding, and you can only do it with Trevor because Trevor's a psychopath. So you take him all the way out to this cult, and you just give him away to her, and they're cannibals basically. And then all of a sudden, it's like you get an achievement for that. And then I did these rampage missions with Trevor, which are great. There's these little skulls around the map, and one of the greatest ones is you show up and it's hipsters, and you just kill. Like the one is like a military people, and you just start shooting a rocket launcher. Like he just flips out on people.
Yeah,
like he walks up and there's like these Mexican guys that are like, oh, get out of your homes and stuff like that. He's all like, what? What did you say? What? They're like, yeah, we don't like Canadians. What is it all about? He's like, we don't talk like that. Like, he just flips out, like hits the guy, and then takes the guy's gun, and then you just start like plowing people. So
that was actually really fun. Kotaku just had a little thing on Friday about like all these little when you cut to different players,
Yes, I want. Yeah,
they had a compilation of all these ones from him that they said this won't ruin the plot at all, but they're just really good. And like one of the best ones is like he's like bent over, like looking at two people sunbathing, and he's like, it's not creepy. It's not creepy. He's like, enjoy it. It was just like, wait a minute. Like,
what? Okay, so far the ones that I've seen with him, I've woken up in my underwear on a beach with bodies laying around me, and he just gets up and goes, well, I win again. He just walks off. The one was he was shirtless at a resort, drunk. He was just like, time to get to work. The one that was even better is I wake up and I'm on a mountain in a dress. just passed out. He gets up and he just like, I was like, I gotta get down to the thing or whatnot. So it was great when I showed up at a store. A woman's just like, oh, I guess you need some clothes or whatnot. But I walked over, you could buy more dresses for Trevor. So I was like, this is fantastic. And then just yesterday I picked him because I was showing Patrick from All White Tukey a little bit of the game because he hasn't seen a Grand Theft Auto game, I think, since the third one. So I jump in, and then, like, Trevor's just sitting on his couch, like, smoking a crack pipe, and he's like, then you get up and you're trying to walk, and then you get into his car, and it's, like, swerving all over. Then what I love, though, it's like, it finally goes back to normal. He's like, and I'm normal again. It's just like, some of the stuff is great. But then some of the times when I've clicked to Michael woke up, like, screaming in his bed, and, like, the second time he had a gun. Franklin's are pretty basic though. There hasn't been any too much. Like he's either walking the dog Chomp or like he walks out of the strip club. He's like, well, I'm not getting any drunker or whatnot. But yeah, Trevor so far has been like the best ones that I've seen, and that's like the only thing that I would just like basically drive around as somebody else and just like every freaking often just switch back to Trevor and just see what he's. Oh yeah, that was another one. I was in the ocean in a tuxedo with him, and I'm just like
James Bond style.
Like there was no boat around or nothing. Like he was just in the water. Like it's like okay, Trevor. So I just freaking love it. So
I think one that they showed too was him like he's literally like waking up with a bottle in his hand, from and there's a oncoming train.
Oh shit!
And he like just like barely gets out of the way, like throws the bottle down. And is like, well, not today. Like just goes up the hill, like he's like runs away.
Yeah,
there's some pretty good ones. Like, there was like ones with those bodybuilders like lifting, and he's like, whip it out, prove me wrong. And he like shoves the guy. The guy's like, what's wrong with you, man? Like all these like the ones.
Yeah, he's just. I love
good.
that guy. He's just so crazy. I forget the actor who plays him. Like you can pull him up on IMDb, and you look at the guy who plays him. You're like, holy shit, this guy like it doesn't even like it like no, he doesn't even fit the part. Like
you would never guess.
Like you would never guess it was him. Like I literally thought the voice sounds like Rob Paulson, the guy who is the voice of Raphael. And everything that where he like sometimes how he talks, he sounds like when he would do that voice or whatnot. So I was like, I have to check this if this is Rob Paulson or not. I went ahead and checked, and I forget it's some other well-known actor. I think the last movie he was in was 7 Psychopaths.
Oh, right.
He was like the kind of like the balding guy with the goatee. He's the one where like in the preview he's all like give up, and Christopher Walken was like no, and then he's like, but I have the gun. He's like, so. But yeah, it's really well done. And then also Rayman Legends as well. I've been playing some more of that, just trying to collect some more stuff. Diablo 3 I haven't touched, but I'm getting back to.
Yeah, I just saw it's on demand now too.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. And
I got the demo downloaded, so I'm going to try that out. And then there's more content now. You can get like shirts and like outfits.
Oh, okay, cool.
DC comment. Some of it was pretty cheap too. Like some of the stuff was like only like $1. Like,
yeah,
like a T-shirt or something.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of good sales again. They did another sale on Borderlands too, which I thought was funny. So it's like, well, I already own everything now.
The
other one is Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Just came out. We'll talk about that, how it holds up from the traditional one to the modern day one. Obviously, it's in HD. It looks very beautiful. It's really kind of cool because you can switch back and forth between you can either play it in the Pro Controller if you want to, or you can use the touchpad. But the cool part is if you use the Pro Controller, the touchpad is still on, and you can literally just tap it and have a map open. So you can literally sit there, play with that, and just have the map screen and be like, oh, okay.
And that's what I know. A lot of things we're talking about with Skyrim, like with the tablets that the Surface that you could get with Microsoft. Like that's what it was going to do is with that Google, the Microsoft Glass or Xbox Glass. Like the same kind of thing. Like if you have a touch screen a PC, you could sync it with your Skyrim and have the map up, and then just be able to fast travel or do points and stuff, which I thought like was a great idea.
Yeah, no, it's really kind of cool though. So you can switch back and forth through your map. It also has the it has your items right there, which I was saying for the longest time. Like they make a Legend of Zelda game, put your items there, and it's great because then you can just assign it to the buttons you want and stuff. So it's a very quick thing. You don't have to keep pressing pause.
Yeah.
You can keep playing your game while you pick things out and stuff. Yeah, it's very well done. It's still the classic. It looks beautiful though. It's a very just crisp, clean game, and it's just great to be like. It's like fun to be actually be playing a Zelda game now on the Wii U, even though it's a remake.
Yeah,
and a lot of people are like, "What? Whatever, man." But it's great though. Like if you're a fan of the Wind Waker, I highly recommend this version. I mean, the newest thing they added was you could actually do hero mode. So you could play normal mode or you could do hero mode. And hero mode, so if you've already beaten the game, you want a little bit more of a challenge, bad guys actually take more damage on you. So instead of you losing like half of a heart, they'll actually take a full heart from you now, so it's a little bit more of a challenge if you want to give yourself that. And again, you can even pick that back and forth where you want to play either hero mode or normal mode throughout the game. So it's a very well done game, beautiful, so I highly recommend it to people, especially if you're a Legend of Zelda fan and you haven't picked up a Wii U. Highly recommend it. Pick up the bundle pack right now because it's $2.99. It's $50 cheaper. The price dropped on the Wii U. You get that game to come with it, so
I want to say
it's a good price.
It looks like it's Ned Luke is Michael. Something... For the guy, how my screen just crapped out on me. But something Stephen Ogg, I think is his name.
Yes.
Who did the voice of Trevor?
Yes.
Yeah. So he doesn't. Yeah, if you look him up, now this picture I just saw of him, he kind of looks like him because he's got this huge beard now and like his long hair, and he definitely looks more like him now. But I don't know. Maybe what he looked like before. Franklin is voiced by Sean Fontino, and then Luke is the other guy. So. Pretty good stuff.
But really good stuff. So this is a story that I found, which, okay.
All about how my life got twisted. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is like, when I saw the story, I literally said, who the fuck cares? okay, I don't know if you've heard of the game Flowers.
I think so.
It was on It's only on PlayStation 3. It's like a downloadable game. You can even buy like a pack that comes with 2 other games and stuff like that. Like, I don't know the concept of the game. It's basically flowers and the wind blows and stuff like that. So it's like, but they're like, Flowers is officially announced coming to the PS4, and I'm like, who
Thank
fucking
God.
cares?
Oh, I'm so thrilled by that, Steve. You have no idea.
So I just thought that was kind of stupid. It's really stupid because I'm like, okay, first off, no. If you wanted to excite me with that, I would say if Journey was coming to the PS4. Now, I played the demo of Journey. It's by Santa Monica Studios, same people who brought us God of War and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's a very well done game. It's a game that I still actually want to pick up for my PlayStation 3. But it's just very beautiful looking. It's a very, just stunning images and stuff like that. So that's cool. But this one I thought was actually cool. I don't know if you heard of this game, Shantina, the half genie hero.
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen a couple of their games. I have not played any of them yet, but I guess they did a Kickstarter, and their Kickstarter just closed with actually twice the amount of its goal.
Sweet.
So now this is about like a obviously the genie that you play as or whatnot. There is a trailer on the link, which we'll probably post to get a feel for it. Now, I know this game has come out for, I think, like the 3D. I think it's on the Nintendo DS. I think there's even one maybe version for the Wii U. It's pretty much just a downloadable game, but the artwork is fantastic looking in it. It looks like to be very fun, gameplay and stuff like that. So definitely check it out. But I think that's actually unique that these games can finally get a Kickstarter, and people who are huge fans of these games, like the new trailer came out for that number 9.
Oh yeah.
And the mighty number 9, and that looked fantastic. Just a little bit of game, and that's the funny part. Didn't have any music. Didn't have any sound, just showed you a little bit of the gameplay footage, and I was like, this looks amazing. And you literally looking at it going like, why didn't they do this with a new Megaman, like right off the bat?
Well, that's what I thought was great, is I don't know if we reported it last time, but we posted it on our page where I think they asked for $800,000 just to kind of get the game made, and Capcom's excuse was just like, well, we don't really see a market for it. We don't really see that there's a need or a want for it.
Yeah.
$3,800,000 something is what they ended up making on their Kickstarter. So it shows that fans wanted a new Mega Man.
Oh no, we've been wanting a new Mega Man ever since they announced Mega Man. What was it, 9?
Yeah, the Mega Man 9 wasn't 10 a fan base game. 10 like some fan did.
No, it was basically what happened is we had Mega Man 8, and then they went back to their roots, where making like the 8-bit graphics, and they released Mega Man 9, and it did so well that they decided, let's go with Mega Man 10. But the problem with Mega Man 9, people forgot how hard Mega Man games were, so when Mega Man 10 came out, they actually put in an easy mode, which was the first time a Mega Man game actually had an easy mode, which did disappoint a lot of the hardcore fans, but a lot of the new fans were like, yeah, I can beat this game! Mega Man! But yeah, so it was just very weird, but I don't know what happened. But you would think with them putting Mega Man in the new Smash Bros. Game, that would be an insight for people to go, oh, I want to check out his games. Yeah, but the cool part is I just found out who was announced in Smash Bros. Wii U, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, his new one looked good.
His new game's coming out next, actually this month, which is not in our upcoming game release, but it's Sonic Lost World was actually an exclusive for Nintendo coming to the Wii U and the 3DS. The new trailer came out, but I hate what they did. They were like, oh, co-op mode. I was like, oh, perfect. So you get to play as Sonic and Tails with people. So no, they just gave you like some weird like robot thing that the player 2 will play as, and can just like, it's kind of like Mario Galaxy where like you had that star guy and he can just shoot things for you. It's like, oh, so gameplay is fun for me, but not for you.
That was one of the coolest things was that with Sonic 2, which I got free. It was like something with the Genesis, like you could send away and
get that game for free.
Also, I was like, oh, who's this character? But like, if you had a second controller, like that other person could play as him.
Yeah.
And what I liked about that is Tails, like it didn't matter what you did. Like,
Tails was invincible.
Yeah, he could just kind of run around, fly up. Like that's what I thought was really cool.
Well, that's what they added in the third one, where the second player could actually fly and grab Sonic, and you guys can go to different areas and stuff like that. So it was a really cool dynamic.
We're going exciting to space. Just like
We're talking space. Of course, our buddy has not left the news.
Never.
Steve Balmer only gets 78% of total compensation concerning a low sale for the year of Microsoft.
Yeah, since he was the CEO, they always usually get a kick depending on quarterly bonuses and stuff, but because it's been such a rough year for Microsoft with like the Surface Pro surprisingly not doing well, even though they're like the cheapest tablet.
Yeah, which is weird because, and then also, and the second one looks phenomenal because that's the one they're implementing the pen used and stuff like that with it now. So I'm just kind of like,
give it some time, I guess. But
which is weird because like I that was like, okay, don't get me wrong, the iPad came out and it's like, all right, great, and stuff like that. It was way too expensive and stuff like that. Then they even made the Kindle Fires, and actually the Kindle Fire was like going to be like, I was like, I'd probably get a Kindle Fire. You can do a lot with it. It's very affordable and stuff like that. But as soon as they made the Surface, I was like, this is the tablet that I'm going to buy. Yeah. This is the one for me. This is the one that I can do everything that I want to do with it. And it doesn't cost me almost $1,000 fucking dollars.
Yeah, it's like $300.
I think it's perfect. And I'm not just saying that because it's like, oh, I'm only Microsoft supported. It's like,
no, we'll go with whoever's got a better product.
Well, the thing
and
is,
even Wacom came out with their tablet, which looks awesome, but it's like $2,400.
Yeah, it's $2,400. But the thing I have a problem with Apple, like, don't get me wrong, Apple makes some good products. I'm not gonna deny that and stuff like that. Like, look, I think the iPods, great invention. Hold all your music, put everything on and stuff like that. The iPhone. Okay, yeah, it's good and stuff like that. It does have its problems, but it's what everyone does and stuff like that.
Nice.
iPad, I'm pretty sure, is a great product as well. All the Macintosh, but the problem is you're buying for the damn name. Okay, if you literally made an affordable Macintosh computer, more people can go out and buy them. Okay, because half the time when unless that's the people I hate. Those Apple geeks. I'm gonna call you out right now. Look, I have no problem with the Apple products and stuff like that, but you can't tell me that you're buying because the product is the best product on the market. Because some kid literally tried to fight me on that. I go, no, you're buying because of that half-bitten fucking Apple. You take that Apple out of the picture, I guarantee the price would drop immensely on that fucking shit. And I would literally, every time I went to school, and you probably heard the same thing, it's like, oh, you want to be using Illustrator, you want to be using Photoshop and stuff like that, you want to do web page design and stuff like that, your best computer bet is a MacBook Pro. Because don't get me wrong, they have the better graphics, they have the better cards. It's like, yeah, I would totally go out and buy one if I could fucking afford it. But Apple, you're too damn expensive. You think you're better than everybody. Yeah, your rent's too damn high. Steve Balmer doesn't approve. I don't approve, and I don't even know who I am. Apple's too damn high. We have way too many people in the studio today.
Get him out of here.
But yeah, so that's all I'm going to say.
A small percentage as opposed because he's ritiring.
Yeah, he's retiring.
And I mean, 78% is still a nice chunk of change considering.
Balmer! Retire party! What are we going to do today, guys? We're going to go for pizza? Well, 78%!
Can you afford pizza? I
mean, I thought you guys were buying.
No, you're...
What?
That's why you were hired.
No!
Specifically so we could milk you for everything you have.
I don't... No!
Took you a second there.
This is not the Balmer.
Maybe that's the reason you only got 78%.
What? No!
How much did you want?
A lot.
Well, I thought 78% was...
I told them to just give me an Xbox One, but they said they can't afford it. So I went out and bought a PS4.
Are they out yet?
No! I had to go to Indonesia for one.
So they built you one?
Yeah! I took a PlayStation 3 and a PlayStation 1 and combined the two for a PS4. Because 3 plus 1 equals 4.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't know that you...
Balmer!
So, yeah. Thanks, Steve.
Whoa! And you know what I also did? I bought the original Xbox and slapped the one on it. So I even have an Xbox One now. Whoa! Balmer! I also got me an oh yeah! I bought some Kool-Aid.
You painted yourself red?
And I painted myself red, and some kid was like, I can go for some purple drink. And I busted through his house, punched him in the face, and said, oh yeah, Balmer out!
That'd be even better. He comes in, punches the kid, and says, how about a nice Hawaiian punch? It's like, wait a minute, you're supposed to be the Kool-Aid man.
I forgot about that one. So then I broke into another man's house and said, how about Steve Balmer? Punch! Steve Balmer, he's a hero, gonna take gaming down to 0. Whoa! Yeah! Oh!
It's getting tired.
A little windy there.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you love this company a lot.
Well, for a network, it's great.
You got to pace yourself.
Yeah, how about some more cocktails?
Sure, they're in the cooler.
Whoa.
In the basement.
Cool. Where's the what?
Start digging. Here's the shovel.
Apple. Thank you,
good stuff. Yeah, so thanks, Steve, for always being in the news.
Woo! I'm tired.
That's right. Take a nap.
I'm gonna just lie on the floor. I found some pills.
Oh, that's good.
But I'm afraid if I fall asleep, I might die.
We'll wake you up. We'll poke you.
No! Jesus is in the corner.
Well, he always is.
Balmer. Ow. So, it looks like you finally got the specs. We were introduced to the controller last week, but it looks like you finally got the specs of the Steam system. It looks like the 300 prototype unit, or 300 prototypes units will ship with the following components. So if you want to read those off, because it sounds like we need some intelligence on the show after that bomber.
Oh, yeah, it's actually pretty good.
After someone dropped the bomber.
Bombers.
I heard that!
He's angry. So yeah, basically we got some specs out there for you spec guys. I've never been a spec guy. I always hear people like, oh, I clocked out my PC at this and that. I was like, that's cool. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's like, as long as it works, I don't care.
Yeah, okay, that's the thing I'm always curious about. Like, they talked about that with the comparison of the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox One, but to tell you the truth,
line by line, they were pretty
dead on and stuff, but I go, look, okay, when was the last time we ever looked at that kind of stuff? I mean, literally all we care about, graphics, we don't even care about the bits anymore. Like, we used to have the bits war when it was like, this is 60 bits, this is 32 bits. And we had no idea what bits were. We just was like, well, it has more bits, it must be better.
Yeah.
Hence, not really, because the Jaguar was 64 bits, and that went away pretty fast. But really all we care about is what is the system going to be able to do? How much memory is it going to have? Am I going to have to upgrade that memory anytime soon? Because, I mean, when the first system comes out, you're just like, I mean, when the first Xbox came out, it was like 10 gigabytes on that hard drive. And you're thinking, that's amazing. But before you know it, it's like, it's gone before you can say.
I did an update, now I don't have any room.
Yeah, you don't have any room. So, I mean, literally all we care about is, what's the functionality? What disk's going to do? Is it backwards compatible? That's pretty much all
some specs we like. Bigger hard drive.
Wireless controllers. Is it going to be rechargeable controllers? Do we have to buy battery?
Make me lunch.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. The Connects, all that kind of stuff. So let's hit it though with the Steam system.
What we know, since this is a brand new system, that's why these specs I think are a little bit relevant, because it's just there's nothing to compare. Last Steam product, there's nothing to compare it to. So they are using the NVIDIA Titan.
Okay.
So basically, they come out with the GTX 780, which is a very nice graphics card.
Yes.
DDR3 or 4, I believe. Some of them will have a GTX 760, and some of the GTX 660. So I'm almost wondering if they're
going to have 3 different consoles.
They either have this,
like a Pro,
whatever.
Similar
to how they had the SP, Game Boy SP, or it was a little bit different.
Or I think you're talking about when the PlayStation and Xbox came out, how they switched over. They had the Elite, they had the Pro, and then they had the Arcade.
Yeah.
And those were the 3 systems. They cost different amount of money, but they would come with different stuff.
Have a hard drive, things like that.
Kind of like with the 2 versions of the Wii U now. One's a 32 gig-bit hard drive, one's an 8-bit.
So I think they're either going to do that, or what they're doing right now, since these are just prototypes, is they're trying to see what's
going to work.
Yeah, what's going to work, what's more efficient. Will a 660 work, or are they going to need to go 780 and all that kind of stuff? Some of the CPU themselves is going to have an Intel i7-4770.
That's pretty good.
Some of them are also going to have the i5 or the i3s.
Mm-hmm.
RAM, we're looking at about 16 gigs of DDR3, or even up to 3 gigs of DDR5.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty impressive. My laptop, I just finally upgraded it to 16 gigs of DDR3.
Huh.
Photoshop's running a lot smoother, a lot of things like that. So I'm already impressed.
Oh, yeah, still got to get that crack thing.
Yeah, I got it right here, so we'll do it after this. Crack-a-doos! We also have storage-wise.
You told me this, and I was very impressed with that.
Yeah, they're saying they're going to slam in about a 1 terabyte drive plus an 8 gigabyte hybrid SSHD, which is like a flash card. So they're going to have that.
Which is funny because a lot of the system. It's funny. PlayStation 3 when it first came out, the original system had one for those kind of cards.
Yeah.
They had an SD card slot. They had a Kodak card slot for those cards, and they even had the original Sony, thing that worked for the PSPs. And then they went away with that as soon as they did all these upgrades and stuff. Like Xbox kind of kept their system pretty much the same, and then they was like, oh, you could use a flash drive to transfer things over, but Wii U still has that thing where you could put the SD card in to save stuff. So it's kind of remarkable that PlayStation kind of went away with all that with their current upgrades with their systems, making them smaller, more compatible, all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, I think that's what I don't get is like, we've seen 500 gigabytes now. Like, that's like the top notch for systems that are out right now. And I just think it's weird that the new consoles are not doing that. They're still going to stick with the 500 gigabytes. And then even what
I think for now it works.
Yeah, it works now. But what you just told me with PlayStation, if you download a game, it could take up 50 gigabytes of hard drive. Yeah. And that's kind of like, well, if I did that with every game, I would only be able to have 10 PlayStation games. And I think a terabyte is just perfect because it's just like... you already know you're not going to go through that.
Yeah, not in any time soon, at least. It's
going
to take you quite some time to even consider going through it. But yeah, I think where a lot of people are talking about these things going is where you'll be able to upgrade things. Like you'll be able to pop out a hard drive. Like that's one thing I liked about the new Xbox was that the whole idea about popping out the hard drive, taking it with you. Like the idea of like, bam, I have my hard drive. Like my system died, but I still have my hard drive. Whatever, like that concept, I think is where it's going to eventually go. Where you'll be able to like, they'll come out with the Xbox One, they'll have it in run for like 10 years because they'll offer like kits. Like, do you want to go pro? Bam. Do you want to go this? Bam. More multimedia.
Xbox is very good at the upgrading. I think when I first got my Xbox system, and I was like, oh, you can remove the hard drive, you can transfer things over. So if you buy a new system and stuff like that, I mean, I could literally do that with the system I have now. Like, I think I could go out and buy a 500 gigabyte hard drive, and I can still transfer all that stuff over to that hard drive, which I thought was good. PlayStation, on the other hand, they have a weird, complicated system. Like, you literally have to plug an Ethernet cable into the system, and then you do this transfer thing to transfer everything over. But
I was very impressed because when I had my, I literally took my hard drive off, plugged it into a cable, plugged that cable into the new Xbox, and it was like, yeah, there it all for you. And I was like, sweet. And then when I traded it in, they're like, oh, great, you have a cable, you have this, have that. So I was like, it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, so it's just like they finally started doing it. And even the Wii U did a cool one too. Is you put in the SD card to your Wii, transfer everything over, and then pop it into your Wii U, and then you have everything in there now. Yeah. So, and then because the Wii U still does the backwards compatible kind of stuff, which is kind of cool. So, but it's
what's really cool too is they're working on dimensions right now. So but they're saying it's about a foot by a foot and by about 2 inches.
Okay, so it's probably kind of similar to the Wii U.
That's kind of my guess, yeah.
Because that's what I said when the Wii U came out. I was like, it's basically pretty much the same size as the Wii. It's a little bit shorter. Yeah. Like lengthwise, but it's longer in the back, but it doesn't really you see it in the thing. It's not like, holy crap, look at this. It's not like a huge, corrupt thing. So, I
think how a lot of these new systems are working is the flash drives, those 8 gig, 12 gig, whatever flash drives, have everything that gets the system working. And then that way, if your hard drive, but crapped, you still have, the system will still work. Yeah. And then you can just pop in and out, new hard drives and stuff.
So. Yeah, I mean, I think that was a great feature with that because, I love that with the Xbox. It's an easy thing. Like, the PlayStation sucks because if your system pretty much dies and you can't get it repaired and you have to buy a brand new system, it's like you pretty much lost all that data because you can't, just pop out the hard drive with that system. So it's kind of weird. Unless with the old PlayStations, you actually could, and you could actually upgrade your... some people, of course, you void the warranty or any warranty that it had, but you could literally remove the hard drive and actually put in a brand new hard drive with the PlayStation if you wanted to, which was a cool feature because some people would be like, yeah, I have I have a terabyte of memory on my PlayStation. And you're like, well, they only made them to go to 250. What are you talking about? So, but... That's the thing, but that's pretty cool, though. So, I'm looking forward to the Steam. I think it's very cool that a lot of systems or a lot of people are jumping on board. I mean, Steam is actually a phenomenal, idea. I thought it was the greatest, it's a good thing, but I've always said that, too. It's I still have to get a remote thing for my PC so I could play some of these games because I like using the controller sometimes. I mean, some games I don't mind playing, if it was Diablo 3, I wouldn't mind using the mouse and stuff like that, but there's certain games, corridor shooters with a mouse is is horrible. I'm just gonna come out and say that, especially if you're playing like Counter-Strike or something like that, unless you have one of those crazy ass joystick things or something like that. But that's pretty redunculous. Do we have anything from our Get Gaming question of the week? Or?
Well, we never asked one this week because I was wondering, we were talking about more well, yeah, we can talk about. I would say if you want to do for next week's Get Gaming question of the week, let's do what was your favorite Castlevania game? Out of the whole series? Out of the whole series. Whether it's Symphony of the Night, or PlayStation, or it could be on any console. It could even be, even if you thought the N64 versions were the greatest things known to man. Even the new one, Shadows of the Night, is that what it's called? I think. Yeah, Symphony of the Night was one. Well, Symphony of the Night was the one with Alucard. The one, the Lords of Shadow. Lords of Shadow, that's the newest one. Yeah, and that one's going to be concluding this. There's DLC right now that'll kind of catch you up to where the thing's at. So I'm just been waiting for those to go on sale because that seems like. Did you beat that game? I did beat it, so I understood how it ended. But then what was great is the DLC is supposed to allow you to play more as him as his alter ego, so to speak. And then in the new one, you are strictly him. You are strictly that character. Oh, okay. Not the whipping one. You're the other guy. So it's be interesting. They have there's a trailer out for it. I believe the game comes out either this winter or next. Okay. And so it looks brilliant. I think where they're going. But of course, when it started, the trailer, I was like, oh, the trailer looks really cool. But I was like, well, that would make a lot of sense. It's the way they left it. It's but wait a minute, this just happened, and this seems like it's more future. But that's what those DLCs fill in. They kind of help you fill in the gaps as to what happens and stuff. That's really cool. So yeah, that'll be our Get Gaming. I didn't ask one this week just because we were busy. That's fine. We were busy promoting the Extra Life. Yeah, Extra Life. We were promoting our shirt, things like that. So I figured we didn't want to keep spamming everyone with other things. That's fine. But yeah, I'm just trying to think of so I figured Castlevania is a good jumping on point, and we could talk maybe next week. What was your favorite zombie game of all time? Zombie game, yeah. Stuff like that. So we'll definitely shoot that out probably Sunday to get the ball rolling for next week. Zombie. But of course, without further ado, the upcoming. Back to the old upcoming, kids. I visited old upcoming. Back in the old upcoming, the Wizard Awards was going on. Bow Kicklock has won for best potion. I won for best potion. Here, I have a sip of this potion. You should drink some of your potion. Bomber. So upcoming game releases. Brought to you by Amazon.com. Go to the banner on the Sasquatch.net page. I'm trying to recover from that wizard thing. Oh, God, that wizard really did me in. He really did me in. You're choking on the wizard berries. Click on the Amazon.com banner and then go ahead and shop like you normally do. We get a kickback if, you do. So, upcoming game releases. Beyond Two Souls come out next week. This is the one with Ellen Page and William Dafoe. Curse you, wizard. Yeah, fuck you, wizard. That comes out October 8th, so that's going to be next week. Then we have Batman Arkham Origins comes out October 25th along with Black Flag. Actually, I want to double check on Black Flag. I want to say October 25th, but I think it's been saying October 29th. But well, it's weird because I've been hearing mixed reviews too, so I don't know if you pre-order it. I think maybe you get it on the 25th, which is a Tuesday, because the 29th is until Friday, I believe. Well, that's the thing I'm curious about. Unless they decided just recently to bump it back because of the Batman. But it still doesn't make sense because if I don't have money for it on the 25th. Yeah, basically, hopefully I do get my upcoming jobs in because I've reserved my copy for Black Flag, and I still want to get the Batman Arkham Origins. So, but also coming out is the Wii Party U, October 25th as well. PlayStation 4 will be finally in North America on November 15th, 2013. I figure if Kyle gets his, which he probably will, if we want, we could probably do an unboxing of the system. Yeah, that'd be fun. And then we'll test that out. We'll probably do a game. We'll talk about what we like about the system so far and things like that. Then we have Watchdog coming out November 19th, 2013. Then the Xbox One finally hits North America on November 22nd, 2013. We also have Super Mario 3D World coming out November 27th. And then we have Donkey Kong Country Tropic Freeze coming out December 6th, which actually Kyle and I will probably we're actually going to go back to some of our old school roots where Kyle and I used to play a game before we did a podcast, and we'll talk about it. So I know the Mario game and the Donkey Kong game would probably be a great way to do that with, because we can play at the same time and talk about the two-player modes and what we like and what we don't like. So again,
If you want to check us out, go to www.arcade-bros.com, part of the 4i Radio Network. Also, don't forget to check out the our Teespring shirt. That's at teespring.com/arcadebros. $12.50 for our beer pong shirt, and then we'll have another shirt after this.
Yeah, we'll just keep releasing them until you guys support them. We'll change up the colors. Like, if you like a shirt and like, oh, I would rather have had it in this color.
Yeah, this color.
Let us know because we can redo them.
Also, don't forget to join our team, or if you want to donate, go to extra-life.org, and type in Arcade Bros. You can either donate to our team, or you can join our team and help us for a great cause of helping out children. This happens on November 2nd, so there's plenty of time to sign up. Also, if you're curious what systems you can play, any gaming system, there's a bunch of rules and everything that you can even start. You're like, oh, I can't play the game the entire day on November 2nd because I have a life, which is fine. You can actually sign up now and start racking up your hours for this great cause. So, I mean, parents always told you playing video games is never going to do anything. Fuck that. You can save lives.
Exactly. So, Extra Life.
You can find us on the Fern Network, www.4iradio.com. Also, don't forget to check us out on Twitter at arcade_bros. Don't forget about the website at arcade-bros.com. And you can game with me or Kyle. My gaming tag is Schooldaze, SKOOLDAZE069 on Ouya, Xbox, Steam, Wii U, and same thing on PlayStation 3, except remove that 0, so it's just Schooldaze69. Kyle, where can they game with you?
They can game with me on Xbox Live or PlayStation Network at Broken Robo R0B0. And if you want to find me, you can talk to me at Mooney Studios on Twitter, and of course at the Arcade Bros website.
I forgot about my Twitters is at Stephen Mooney Jr. as well. I guess that kind of wraps it up for this week. We want to thank everybody for listening, and I'm pretty sure we go on first. If not, then this is not going to be a great segue if we go on second. But don't forget to check out a brand new episode of Save File Corrupt.
Brought to you by 4i Radio Network and the guys over at
Straight Outta Austin. So, until next time, kids, keep on gaming.
Keep on bomber.
Keep on bomber. Just keep on bomber. Just keep it on bomber. Yeah. This has been another great show brought to you by Steve Balmer's Productions. No, this is a great show brought to you by the 4i Radio Network. For more great shows, check out www.4iradio.com. Balmer! Oh, yeah! Punch that wall, kids! Hawaiian style! Please leave the studio, like right now. Please, just leave.